When I test change of direction, I'm not just interested in how fast the athlete finishes the drill. I'm interested in what happens in the middle, the deceleration. That's that hidden phase of change of direction where athletes have to absorb massive forces, reorganize their body, and reaccelerate out of the hole. And it's also where a lot of non-contact injuries happen. And that's why I always start with the coach's eye. Can the athlete show me the capacities and skills of deceleration before I even take a look at the data? But here's the nuance. Deceleration isn't just capacity, it's a combination of capacities and skills. So on the skill side, we look at if athletes can aggressively drop their center of mass, their foot placement, can they establish a wide base of support and orient their trunk? And on the capacity side, do they have eccentric rate of force development, eccentric peak force, and the mobility in the hip and ankle to even access those positions? If the entry speed is too slow, maybe they're protecting, maybe they lack confidence, or maybe the braking capacity just isn't there. So your touchdown distance is where your foot lands relative to your center of mass. And here's an important detail. In deceleration, as opposed to acceleration, we actually want a bigger touchdown distance. So I want to see that an athlete is able to place their foot far enough ahead to create that braking force, but they're still able to control their trunk. Which leads to our next KPI, trunk discipline. And here, trunk discipline can mean two different things. Can they rearrange the trunk quickly to stay balanced, and can they avoid leakage, where the chest folds or leans excessively over the plant leg? So if the trunk collapses, force leaks, mechanics break down, and injury risk go up. Leg switching. Leg switching is all about efficiency. Do they get stuck on the same leg, taking multiple braking steps, or can they switch cleanly? So efficient switching tells me they can organize force well. Getting stuck shows poor management of braking forces and often points to asymmetries or avoidance. And finally, exit speed. Do they explode out of the cut or do they sink and hesitate? That hesitation tells me about confidence and tissue readiness. It's not just about reacceleration capacity. It's about whether the athlete trusts the system to get them out safely. And that's why change of direction testing is so valuable in rehab. An athlete might be able to jog, sprint, or even jump pain-free, but when you ask them to decelerate, we see the truth. The coach's eye can pick this up before the athlete even feels ready to admit it. And this is where technology like the 1080 Sprint 2 comes into play. It doesn't replace the coach's eye, it confirms it. So what I see, hesitation, trunk collapse, multiple braking steps. The data puts numbers to it, and together, that gives me clarity. Where to train, what to address, and when an athlete is really ready. So change of direction testing isn't just about drill times, it's about absorbing, producing, and redirecting force safely and efficiently. Your eyes can see that pattern. The 1080 motion can confirm that pattern. Together, that's how we protect both availability and push performance. Because at the end of the day, availability is a performance metric.